Hi YouTube, this is just a showcase how to remove the headliner in the BRZ GTA 6. First step is to remove the visors. There are there's two screws here. If you have the Halford screw set or whatever, this is the PH3 screw. So if you just take this out. Okay, with the screws removed, you can just take it off the clip. And there is a wire attached to it, so you're going to have to disconnect that afterwards, but for now you can just... oh wait, there's a connector here, I believe. Yep, just pull it out fully, and this looks like a little button you can press and it should release. I think you need two hands for this. And there we go. Yeah, you could just yank it off. Okay, as for this, there is a little hole here which you can put a flathead into. There's one on this side and one behind it. If you just put one in, if you just put it in and then press the tab, this should come down. And then if you do it from the other side, you can do the other. You can hit the other tab, and then this should just come out. This is a two-handed job though. So, and there we go. Should just if you put the screw in here and then move it back, it should lift up that clip, and if you get it from behind and do the same, it should just come out. Next step is remove the A-pillars, but you don't need it fully removed, just pull them and let them hang on the safety clip. Okay. I took this out before, I don't know why this one's being... There we go, some force. Yep, that's it, and you just leave that to hang. Next is this, the microphone. If you just pull it from the right, it just come out. That hang for now. As for the light, there are there's two clips, one here, one here. If you just press them on, then this should just come off. And there we go, as you can see there's two spring clips there and there. There is a connector here, just take that off and then this should just come off. Okay, next step is to get the rear quarter trim out. Best thing to do is to start from the corner, pull on it till it clicks, till you hear the tab pop out, and keep running it along here. Keep pulling as long as and there should be 3 clicks, one here, one here, one here. Then you can pull out from here and then you can see these little tab bits, those go under the headliner, so you should be able to just take those off. I recommend you take off these top bits first before you try pull it out here, because then you might damage it here. So then do the other side. Next step is to take off these 3 push pins, one here, and one here. It's made of 2 parts, a black piece and a white piece. If you get your trim tool and just pop it in between the two and then just pull, it should just come off. As I say that as I'm struggling. There we go. As soon as the two are separated, you should just be able to just pull it out. And then the next thing you want to do is you want to remove your weather stripping on both sides, and that should allow the head unit to just drop. Okay, just a little heads up. I haven't seen this on pre-facelift ones, but on facelift ones, well, mine is a facelift anyway. There's this little pin in the middle, just behind the top. If it's in there, just twist it to the right, and it should just come off. Alright, next step. Remove the wires. They'll be on clips like that, and tape. Tape is really easy, you just rip it off. Clips, you can just shove your hand into here and move them out of the way. Okay, simple as. In the middle there's a connector that you're going to need to remove. I think that's for the microphone. Everything else just comes off easily, but that one there's a little tab right there. Just pull on that and it should come off. If you ever struggling with that clip, which is on there, you can't take it out, use a screwdriver, jam it into where the tab is, and then you should be able to force it out. Fuck that clip. As for taking it out of the car, once everything is down and unwired, pull it out the passenger side because the steering wheel gets in the way. Okay, I got the headliner out. What I recommend you to do to get it out is to take off your gear shift, move your seats into the forwardmost positions and the seat leaning backwards, and then you can take it out the door. I said earlier you can use the passenger side door, but I took out the driver's side door because I was having some trouble with it. You will need to, it won't fit exactly through the door, so you're going to have to slightly bend it, and then that should be able to get it out. I didn't record it because it's a two-person job. It's a two-hand job, and I don't have a second person to hold my phone to record. So next step is adding sound deadener to the top, because if you tap the top, there's actually ice on the top, but normally this makes like a pinging sound, but it's quite thin, so some sound deadener on the top. I'm only using 1.5 mil because I don't want to add too much weight, but yeah, so maybe with some YouTube magic I can make it work. No, that didn't work. Okay, I'm in the driver's seat now, but sound deadener is in. I've tried to put it in as much as I can, but I don't want to put in too much, so tried to reduce the overlap. Best thing to do to cut it is, what I've found is to use a box cutter. It just cuts through it quite nicely. But yeah, next step, headliner back in. As you can see, headliner is back in, and the lights work. Currently, I have it connected to the 12 volt here, and it's a simple push buttons to turn it on and off. Eventually, this is going to be changed so that it's going to use power in the back, because I'm going to run power there for the amplifier and the DSP. How I've got it done is that it's the optical cables, the main ones go through here, and the twinkle opticals go through that back corner as well. Best way to do this is to take off, you see how the back corner is two pieces, the this one here and the second piece back here. This one you pull off earlier. The back piece is taken off. Well, you don't take off fully. There's a 10mm behind this one. If you take that off, that gives you enough leverage to shove the optical cables behind it. You don't need to take off the rear quarter panels, I don't think, but it does make it easier. And you can see the optical cables there, and I've just put it in my boot. There is the mess of wires for the rear camera, because I've just took it all the way down here and shoved it through the same place. I'm not sure I'm going to keep this dash cam system. I'm kind of not happy with the mount because I can't get it solid, so I'm actually probably going to get rid of that and replace it with something different. But yeah, next thing is the armrest. This is not the official JDM armrest. It's something I got off AliExpress for like £30 because I'm not spending £200 on the official one, and this one is decent. So it comes with, if I open it up, these little rubber pads. So I've stuck 2 on each side, this side and the back side there, and then 4 down at the bottom, and that gives it a nice secure fit in the bottom here. Come on. Top piece is really wobbly, but the actual bottom piece, solid. And it's actually quite nice because I can move the armrest forward and it doesn't interfere with my handbrake. And this is really nice. Well, it's kind of, there's no cushion at all, but it's much better than how it used to be. So £30 well spent. But yeah, it's quite a nice drive now. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See? Alright, to install a rear camera, you need to go to your boot. You need to take out these rivets, these plastic rivets. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. There's a 3 at the top, 4 at the bottom. Just take those out, and then there should be just some screws underneath. And that's it. Okay, once you've got the plastic cover out, you should feel this. Now there's 5 8mm hexes here. You just take those off, and then this trim piece here will just come off. There is also a plastic rivet up here, so you might want a trim removal tool and just get in between it, and then you can just force it off. There's 3 on the right side and 2 on the left, and this is the plastic rivet I was on about. Okay, I've got it off. That the clip's gone back in again. Yep, it has. So just showing that, and then this comes off. Okay, for this I'm putting in 2 cameras. One is going to be my dash cam, rear dash cam camera, which is this one. It's a new one I've got from Wolfbox. This one I'm going to stick here and then drill through with the 2 provided screws it comes with. And then the other one is for the head unit, which is this sort of camera I got off eBay for like £10. Since I have the keyless entry, I don't have the key hole for the boot release. Instead I have this rubber trim piece, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill a hole through that, and that will let me mount this cable, this through into it, and then tighten it with the nut. I've put a little foam barrier on it to prevent moisture, and then getting cables inside, my plan is to run it through the bottom and then use this pre-existing grommet and shove the cables through there, and then I should be able to pull it through here, bring it around through the rubber grommet here and into the boot. Okay, so I've got the rubber grommet out, and there was a zip tie at the bottom there, so I just cut that. And one thing I've noticed that the bottom is molded for the 2 cables, so if you look underneath it, there's like a little gap into it. Now, since because it seals from the top here in that little gap, in order to get the cable through, I'm going to cut through the bottom here and make a little hole here, so that way when I put the cable in through the top, it'll come out through the side but past the part where it seals, so that way it doesn't let water rain through. So hopefully that should work. So time to do some cutting. Okay, turns out the trunk is attached by 1 cable here. If you just take that out, you can take it off, and then you can try and do it in a nicer area. But as you can see, I've got it through, and that's 1 down. Now the other one, gotta get this one through as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this plastic piece, I'm going to mark where the little cutout is on the trim piece here, so that way I know where exactly I can cut this. I'm going to just drill a hole that will match the camera. I'm going to do it in the middle. Okay, got everything in. Remember to reconnect the cable. I've got them all just shoved here. Next step, get the extension cables, shove them through the grommet and into the back there. Oh yeah, one thing to remember is to make sure the grommet for the cables is secure. There's a little lip inside the grommet, and that'll line up with the actual metal, so yeah. Okay, time for a little explanation for what I've done. So since I've got 2 cameras, I've got a trigger wire for the Wolfbox dash cam, so that will trigger the reversing mode, and I've got the power and the ground for the other camera, the actual reverse camera that's connected to the head unit. I've not connected to the ground yet, but I've just connected the 2 power cables, the trigger wire and the power cable power wires together, The head unit has an option which can make it so the reverse camera all powers on when you go into reverse. I've done that, so now this also acts as my trigger. As for getting it through, so if I can get some light on, you can put it so it comes out through here from the grommet, and then you can make it follow this cable through the back of this trim piece, and then you can do what I did with the cable optics and run it through behind here. So same thing as before, take this off, 10mm behind here, that will let this come out, and then you can shove the cables up through here and behind the seat belt, and then there'll be a hole between here and this piece that will let you go through here, and then that will take it into the headliner. Now, if you're not going to take out the headliner, the easiest way I've found to do is to take out this push pin and this push pin, take this off, and then you might need to lower this down. So again, you might need to take out the rear panel, but I've seen some cases where they just pull the rear quart from here, and then that'll give you access to these two screws to lower this trim piece, and that will let this come down. And you will also need to take out the weather stripping here. That will let the roof liner from this side drop down a bit, and that will let you get the cable, the video cable, which also includes your power cables for the camera, through the headliner. And then it's as simple as taking it from the down the A-pillar, I think it's the A-pillar, down there through the glove box and into the back of the head unit. This head unit has a specific connector on the back for camera power, although the actual camera wire only has power, not ground, so that's why the ground cable isn't connected. But yeah, so now if I just put on ignition, and then you look at this will turn on. Come on, turn on. If I put this into reverse, it triggers. So yeah, next video will be on the sound upgrade. And as you can see, I've already started on it.